Coach Derek, and this is day 2 of our home weightlifting program, courtesy of Catalyst Athletics. So, same as day 1, this is going to be for those of us who want to work on their weightlifting at home without access to all the gym equipment. So, if you don't have access to a barbell, you can always use a PVC pipe. If not a PVC pipe, there's always the handy broomstick. So, today's emphasis is going to be on the jerk. So you'll see that these 4 movements are all related to the jerk. After we work on the jerk, we'll have upper body accessory work. We've got a push-up and a 1-arm row, so push and a pull. Make sure our elbows are happy, and then we'll finish up with some core work. So we'll jump right in and get started. Coach Edward here is going to demonstrate our first exercise. It will be the press behind neck for 4 sets of 10. So we're going to get started with the barbell. And if Edward, spin around, you can face the other way. Face the other way, the left one more. There we go. So we want to start with the barbell square on the shoulders. Our elbows are going to be below the bar. Head is through. He's going to initiate a strict press, pushing the bar up over his head, locking it out. His head is through, and all his joints are stacked. So as he lowers the bar down on his straps, he's going to press again. And rinse repeat again for 4 sets of 10. So after you're done with those, we're going to step out into our split jerk, whichever foot forward. So what we're looking for here is with the front leg, we want to make sure that knee is over the ankle or slightly behind. What we don't want to see is that knee out over that ankle and now he's collapsing forward. So we want to make sure vertical shin or slightly angled backwards. Back leg, we want to be on the ball of the foot. And as you can see from this angle, his toe is angled forward, right? So it's not pointing out, but it's pointing forward or even slightly inward, making sure his hips are squared forward. And the back leg, if you want to rotate back over to that view, the knee is slightly bent and that back glute is engaged. So both legs are equally weighted, 50-50 weight distribution. So from here, we're going to do the same thing. Strict press, maintaining 50-50 weight distribution for 4 sets of 10. So if you would like, you can do these unbroken, or you can recover and do a cumulative total of 40 reps. When you're done with your presses and split, we're going to move on to push jerk behind the neck in your split position. So Edward's going to step out back into a split position, and he's going to dip, drive, bar, and punch that bar out overhead. So very similar to the strict press and split, only this time he gets the use of his legs to propel that bar upward, and it's okay if both your feet or either foot leave the ground a little. It's not like that, but he's trying his best.
I'm trying.
All right, so those are going to be your push jerk behind the neck in your split position. We'll be doing that for 6 sets of 5. And last but not least is going to be the tall split jerk, also for 6 sets of 5. So in the tall split jerk, that bar is going to be right about how high it would be after you drive it off your shoulders. You can see that Edward is up on the balls of his feet, just like as if he finished that drive, and he's going to punch himself down into the split. Up on the toes, punch down into the split. Recover, bar back down, up on the balls of the feet, punch down and split. Again, 6 sets of 5, and that concludes our jerk segment. Next up is going to be push-ups. Hopefully everybody's done push-ups or is familiar with push-ups, but a quick few pointers to look for. Make sure straight body, tight core, elbows are coming back and not out, chest hits the ground. We're going to do this for 5 sets, max reps. Bonus points if you would like to do hand release push-ups, but not necessary. So after you're done with your push-ups, we're going to move on to our 1-arm row. If you have access to a barbell, this is one way you can do it. as Coach Edwards is going to demonstrate, you want to stand at about your hang position, that arm straight out, and pull that elbow up as high as you can. We're going to do this for 5 sets, max reps. When you're done with the one arm, you can switch to the other arm. And if you don't have access to a barbell, you can find a heavy-ish household object and do the same exact movement. 5 sets of max reps. You want to do your left arm and your right arm. I recommend doing your push-ups and then going into a set of rows and back to push-ups for 5 sets. Alright, so when we're done with our push-ups and one-arm rows, we'll have our last core segment. So starting with the McGill curl-up, this is probably going to be an unfamiliar movement for most people. What we're looking for is he's laying flat on his back, but he's maintaining that neutral spine right here down in your lower back. So there's a slight lordotic curve, and as he contracts his abs, he's going to maintain that neutral spine down there. He's not going to let it collapse, and he's going to focus on contracting his abs hard. You might not necessarily get up as high as Coach Edward, but you're going to do as many reps as possible. And when you're done, you're going to switch legs, and you'll do another set for max reps. And then next up, there is Russian twists. So as Coach Edward is demonstrating, he's balanced on his butt, and you can grab any sort of household object to make this a little more challenging for yourself. So making sure that core is tight. You're going to do 4 sets of max rotations. After that, last but not least, single leg glute bridges. We're going to lay on our back, have one leg up in the air, and we are going to push off the planted leg, making sure we can get our hips up as high as possible, and making sure our body is aligned at the very top. And this is also going to be 4 sets for max reps each leg. So you could do the McGill curl-ups, the Russian twists, and then the single leg glute bridges, and that will be 1 round. You'll be doing it for 4 rounds total, max reps. And that concludes day 2 of our home weightlifting program with Locked and Loaded.
Way to
Thanks
go.
for watching.